I am pleased to see once again the cooperation and enduring enthusiasm to conduct the nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill. The Philippines is improving in its disaster preparedness and response. We can easily handle small-scale natural hazard events. But we have seen in our experiences in the Philippines and all over the world that we need to really focus and put more emphasis on large-scale or extreme events that would not only devastate a town or a barangay, but can affect several provinces or several regions. And such an event is the possibility of a magnitude 7.2 earthquake affecting not only Metro Manila, but the surrounding provinces, or what our media friends call the big one. Preparing for a big one is like preparing for a boxing match, where your opponent is a heavyweight category. Therefore, your preparedness should not be lightweight, but should be heavyweight or super heavyweight. To achieve what we want, to develop resilient communities, to develop a resilient country, our beloved Philippines, we need to understand how to go about achieving resilience. Being able to be absorbed, less affected, and make sure that we go back to normalcy as fast as possible. Hindi po resilience na nakangiti tayo pagkatapos ng disaster, okay po yun. Pero dapat, ang makikita natin, kakaunti lang ang apektado, kakaunti lang ang namatay, at madali tayo makabangon. And we now focus on the 3 operational goals to achieve resilience. 1, to reduce the impact of the possible big earthquake before it happens. And that is through strengthening our houses and buildings. Second operational goal is to effectively and efficiently respond when the hazard or the earthquake happens. And that is why preparedness to respond and preparedness to recover is very important, like what we are doing this afternoon. If you are able to reduce the scale of impact to houses and buildings, to infrastructure, if you are able to reduce the casualty, death and injury, then the scale of the disaster is much smaller if we don't do anything. Therefore, we can recover fast and in a minimal cost. So I'd like to share with you 4 messages this afternoon. Firstly, we conducted the very first nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill way back in July 2006. This year is the 18th year and the 70th quarter that we have been doing this activity continuously. So, let us give ourselves a round of applause for our achievement. The initial ENSED events were implemented solely in schools. The first graders that participated in 2006 would be about 25 years old now. The consistent practice of the ENSED is underpinned by a very basic learning principle that repetition leads to mastery. I would like to believe that a cohort of a 25-year-old would now perform the duck, cover, and hold, as well as safe evacuation by muscle memory. We have covered huge grounds as far as participation is concerned. Participation now includes local government units, government agencies, private business owners, among others. Special thanks to the Metro Manila Development Authority and the Pasig Local Government Unit for having jointly innovated their versions of the ENSED, such as shake drill in daytime and nighttime settings, and even in the Pasig Central Business District. Second message that I would like to mention is that this brings to mind that an earthquake can occur simultaneously with other natural hazards. This is the concept behind the multi-hazard early warning system and one of the drivers for compounding disaster risks. Ibig po sabihin, pwedeng sumabay ang lindol na may bagyo o malakas ang ulan, mag-iiba ang ating pagre-responde. At dahil sa sabay-sabay na mga panganib, marami pang cascading na panganib na pwedeng nangyari na hindi lang dapat ma-address sa isang earthquake drill at pati yung ibang mga panganib. Severe rain or heavy rain or flooding can be happening when a strong earthquake occurs. And this situation might call for a modified evacuation plan after the dock cover and hold. And I hope that this scenario would be considered by our NSET organizers in the future. Third message, I would like to recall another principle, and that is individual and community capacity building. As our NSET participants acquire individual and personal muscle memory to behave safely when earthquake occurs, or what we call self-help, our agencies and organizations and the local government units acquire the capability and capacity to manage an earthquake emergency event, or what we call community help. As the wise saying goes, the whole is larger than the sum of the parts. Fourth, and the most important message, the dock over and hold approach is applied with the assumption that buildings are structurally sound, that they will not collapse. We should remember that earthquakes do not kill people. The collapse of poorly constructed buildings and houses kill people. Hence, ensuring that the buildings and houses we use are earthquake resilient, and this is very important. With these four messages, I would like to end by encouraging everyone here to keep the energy level high on conducting the nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill, to continue the enthusiasm in innovating scenarios and protocols, to continue expanding the cohorts or number of individuals with muscle memory of safe earthquake behavior, and to continue making sure that the community can respond effectively and efficiently after an earthquake. But most importantly, everyone should make sure that the buildings and houses we occupy are constructed well. If we do all of these things, the big one will just be an event and will not be a disaster. Thank you, at mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Iyan po ang itinabot ng mensahe mula sa kalihim ng Department of Science and Technology and Vice Chairperson for Disaster Prevention and Mitigation. Kaya mamaya ganap sa ganap na alas 2, sabay-sabay po tayong mag-dock, cover and hold upang mag-practice ang ating kahandaan. And to give us his message of support, may we call Undersecretary for National Defense, Department of National Defense, Undersecretary Irinio C. Espino.
Mayor Vico Soto, the other partners in disaster risk reduction and management from various sectors, the general public, ladies and gentlemen, magandang tanghali po sa inyo. Allow me to read the message of our Secretary, Honorable Gilberto C. Teodoro Jr. We thank the local government of Pasig and all participating agencies, organizations, and uniformed services for coordinating this quarter's nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill. Our huge thanks as well to the general public for its continued support in this drill and other disaster preparedness activities of the government. As we hold this NSED, allow me to emphasize the call of our President, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., for whole-of-nations approach in DRRM. The collective effort of the government and various stakeholders is vital and must be sustained to achieve our goals of resilience and safety against earthquakes and other hazards. Our work to build a safe and disaster-resilient country requires continued public support and participation in this drill and other disaster preparedness activities at the national and local levels. Meanwhile, during this NSED, we test the response capabilities of the government and our stakeholders for earthquake emergencies to identify possible gaps and recommend needed enhancement in the current plans, policies, protocols, and procedures for response operations, which include areas of command and control and interoperability of responders. The capabilities of local government units, government agencies, uniformed services, and other organizations involved in responding to the impacts of a devastating earthquake, such as the communications, search and rescue for collapsed structures, firefighting, emergency medical services, law and order, management of casualties, provision of relief support, and emergency shelter, among others, are continuously being tested. We need to be more proactive and reinforce the capabilities of all stakeholders through various ways and engage the general public even more by inculcating in them the importance of treating disaster preparedness as a way of life. With that, we call everyone to continue helping us in this work. We assure the public that we will continue to strive to improve our systems, mechanisms, protocols, and overall DRLM services of the country. Let us continue working together in building the country's disaster resilience. Maraming salamat po at magandang hapon po sa lahat.
Maraming salamat, Yusek Espino, sa inyong mensahe. Ngayon po, ating pakinggan ang nagiging presentation ng ating exercise scenario. Pakinggan natin ang presentation ni Director Cesar N. Agnir Jr.
Thank you, Isa. Good afternoon, sirs. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. For this quarter, a full-scale exercise, which is planned for 5 hours duration, will be held this afternoon here in Pasig Red Training Center, Pasig City, as a ceremonial venue. Other exercise venues are the NDRRMC Alternate Government Command and Control Center over at Fort Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija, and in the cities of Pasig, Quezon, Manila, and Pasay. May I emphasize that this full-scale exercise is not scripted. Let me repeat that. This is not scripted. Since there were no rehearsals conducted and the players do not have any knowledge of the specific scenarios that will be given and injected. This is to really simulate the occurrence of the big one, which practically will have no early warning signs. The big and important objective of this exercise is to identify the gaps of the harmonized national contingency plan for magnitude 7.2 earthquake, and that it shall serve as the basis for enhancement and its updating soon. Shown on screen are the functional areas to be tested for this exercise. First is the incident management. Is it already shown on screen? Anyway, here they are, the functional areas. The incident management, the EOC establishment, the communication and coordination, the collapse structure, search and rescue, the mass casualty incident management, response cluster activation, logistics management, and civil-military coordination. To assess the effectiveness of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or the NDRIMC, and its member agencies in responding to a simulated disaster scenario, the objectives of this exercise are the following. First, to assess the effectiveness of the NDRIMC and its member agencies in responding to a simulated disaster scenario through testing of communication protocols and equipment, coordination mechanisms, decision-making processes, and resource mobilization. Second, to test the state of readiness of the first wave assisting RDRIMCs and twin LGUs of NCR LGUs, assess their safe and efficient deployment procedures following a major earthquake, ensuring timely arrival at designated assembly points and effective response for collapsed structure victims. Third, to evaluate through the EOC simulation exercise the strategic emergency logistics services of the logistic cluster for all clusters in terms of mobility, warehousing, and emergency supplies, and including the operational requirements of the assisting RDRIMCs. For our scenario background information, a magnitude 7.2 earthquake with intensity 8 occurred due to the movement of the West Valley Fault on June 28, 2024 at around 1400 hours. 3 regions are affected: Metro Manila, Central Luzon, and the Calabar Zone. Metro Manila in particular suffered regional separation. As a result, the Harmonized National Contingency Plan has been activated and the Alternate Emergency Operations Center of the NDRRMC has been established in Fort Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija. This exercise will highlight the in-person participation of the first wave assisting regional DRIM councils and the twin LGUs from regions 1, 2, and 5. Other participants are the following: the MMDA Urban Search and Rescue Team, the Pasig City DRIM Council and Barangay Volunteer Groups, the cities of Manila, Pasay, and Quezon DRIM Councils, the Office of Civil Defense, the Response Cluster member agencies, the AFP through the Philippine Army 525th Engineer Combat Battalion's USAR team, and the AFP Reserve Command, 1st TAS Brigade's USAR team as the city's disaster volunteer organization. Shown on slide is communication and coordination mechanisms between the NEOC, the alternate EOCs with IMTs at the 4 sectors in Metro Manila, as well as the alternate EOC and IMT in Pasig Red Training Center. Shown is the exercise map. Ayan po ang ating exercise map. At this point, I'd like to thank you all, and we now go to our preparation for the countdown. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Pasigenyo, magandang araw. Nakikiisa sa ang National at Metro Manila Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council at Office of Civil Defense at ang pamahalaan ng lungsod ng Pasig sa pagsasagawa ng second quarter nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill ngayong Biyernes ng hapon. Kanina nagbigay ng mensahe ang ilang mga panauhing pagdangal, gayon din si Mayor Vico Soto. Magkakaroon ng, ito nga, nandito tayo ngayon sa Red Training Center kung saan isasagawa ang ceremonial emergency disaster
National Contingency Plan for the magnitude 7.2 earthquake Nagsagawa ang Office of Civil Defense ng Earthquake Preparedness Symposium kahapon upang mas paigtingin ang paghahanda at kaalaman nating mga Pilipino. Gumagamit din tayo ng go bags para sa oras ng sakuna ay meron tayong handang gamit na pwedeng dalhin papunta sa mas ligtas na lugar. May I invite our principal to prepare and stand po for the pressing of the button.
At gaya ng aking naputol na sinabi kanina, magaganap ang isang ceremonial pressing of the button at magsasagawa ng full-scale simulation exercise para sa mga gumuhong istruktura o sunog upang masubok ang kahandaan ng mga mamamayan. Binanggit kanina na ang magiging exercise ay tatagal ng 5 oras at ito ay non-scripted exercise.
Sir, patu-off lang konti para pwede lang. Pero wala para patu-off lang. VIPs, sirs and ma'am, may I brief you that once you press the button, we request for that you perform the duck cover and hold procedure for 1 minute, or you may just brace like this, cover your head for 1 minute, and then you may stand up now after 1 minute when the siren stops po. Thank you very much.
Ilan sa mga panauhin ay nagmula sa iba't ibang ahensya gaya ng DSWD, DOST, gayon din ang Office of Civil Defense at syempre dito sa lungsod ng Pasig, pinangungunahan ito ni Mayor Vico Sotto. Ating nakita ang ilang mga barangay officials sa dumalo rin dito at hindi mawawala ang City DRRMO at ang iba pang departamento dito sa lungsod ng Pasig. Ayon din sa impormasyon na ating nakuha, 2:00 ng hapon ay magkakaroon din ng evacuation drill sa Pasig City Hall kung saan ang mga empleyado at ang mga nasa gusali ay kailangan pumunta sa mga designated evacuation areas gaya ng Tal Compound o hindi naman ng Tanghalang Pasigueño.
Team establishment exercise po sa East, West, North, South sectors po in Metro Manila. And established din po yung National Emergency Operations Center sa Port Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija, which mirrors po na sa senaryo natin na nag-collapse ang buong ang Emergency Operations Center sa Camp Aguinaldo, and even the personnel are not able to perform their duties already. So at dito naman po, mawi-witness niyo po yung actual exercise po, full-scale exercise wherein no less than 9 USAR teams po mag-extricate ng victims from sa mababaw lang po until magtitibag po sila ng mga collapse structure. Yes, noted po sir. USAR po, by the way, is Urban Search and Rescue. Isa po itong specialized skills para sa pag-rescue ng mga victims ng collapse structure para po ma-extricate po sila at ma-save po ang buhay nila. So we are the Philippine team through the Armed Forces of the Philippines 525th Engineering Brigade and the 505th of the Philippine Air Force are vying for the INSARAG accreditation po. Kaya po, isa po itong exercise na to na mahalaga para po ma-test po yung skills ng ating USAR team ng Armed Forces and even the volunteer groups po. And of course, the response teams of the LGUs. Yun po.
At gaya nga ng kanyang sinabi, ito ay isa na rin paraan upang matignan kung handa ang rescue teams ng Lungsod Pasig at ganyan din yung iba pang mga teams sa iba pang mga lugar kung saan isinasagawa itong earthquake drill. Ang aktibidad ay paghahanda sa posibleng big one na maaaring tumama sa bansa.
Ngayon na mag-duck cover and hold po tayo at magpunta sa ligtas na lugar. Sa lahat po ng nanonood sa atin sa Facebook Live, inaanyayahan po namin kayong lahat na mag-post ng picture na may hashtag Biga ang Handa. At exactly 2 p.m., sabay-sabay po tayo na magda-duck cover and hold.
At gaya ng nabanggit, alas 2, exactly 2 p.m. magsisimula nga itong drill at inanyayahan o inimbitahan ang mga manonood o ang mamamayang Pilipino na nakakapanood ng mga live stream kaugnay dito sa aktibidad na ito na mag-duck, cover and hold at kung maaari ay mag-post ng picture sa kanilang mga Facebook accounts upang ipakita na sila ay nakiisa sa aktibidad.
Meron po tayong 1 minuto. Again, sa mga nanonood po sa ating Facebook Live, inaanyayahan po namin kayong mag-post ng picture ng inyong pakikilahok sa ating earthquake drill po ngayong hapon. 28, 2024, the day started like any other normal day in Metro Manila. Streets are full, jeepneys squeeze through traffic, children are busy playing on the streets. Everybody is busy doing their everyday routine. At exactly 2 p.m., a powerful earthquake struck. Everything stopped. The shaking became stronger and stronger, making everyone scared. Building moved from left to right, up and down. The ground is shaking violently, sending tremors through the city. Cabinets and furniture toppled down, while hanging objects are either swinging or falling down. Walls, floors, and even roofs succumbed to the shaking, collapsing in a terrifying shower of debris. Panic erupted as people screamed and scrambled for cover, taking refuge under desks and doorways. Loud screaming and crying can be heard everywhere. The aftershocks left a trail of destruction. Roads fractured, buckling under the immense pressure. Vehicles are out of control, colliding in the chaos. Transportation systems were crippled. Bridges lying in broken heaps amidst uprooted trees and shattered power lines. Buildings, both residential and commercial, are mostly damaged while others are totally collapsed. In the aftermath, scenes of devastation blanket the city. Dust choked in the air, punctuated by the desperate cries for help. Buildings lay in ruins. Fires are everywhere. Communication networks are down, isolating Metro Manila from the outside world. The situation was imaginable. The city had been separated by impassable roads, collapsed bridges, and widespread fires. Major transportation routes were choked with debris, hindering rescue efforts. Landslides and liquefaction with lateral spreadings and sand boils are widespread. The ground is distorted into undulations. Boulders are commonly thrown out. River water splashes violently on slopes, over dikes and banks. Despite the chaos, government agencies sprang into action. The alternate emergency operations center in Fort Magsaysay activated, coordinating rescue and response efforts. Government employees adhering to their pre-established educational evacuation plans made their way to designated safe zones. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council Operations Center is damaged and unreachable, as well as the other members of the response cluster whose offices are situated in Metro Manila.
nabubuong struktura po na napapanood ninyo ngayon ay ang collapsed structure facilities sa Pasig Rescue Emergency and Disaster Training Center. Sa isinasagawa po natin ngayong Nationwide Simultaneous Earthquake Drill o NSED, sinisimbolo po ng istrukturang ito ang mga bumuhong gusali sa Metro Manila o National Capital Region. Matapos pong i-activate ang National Emergency Operations Center sa Fort Magsaysay, ang Harmonized National Contingency Plan, ipinapaalam na po ngayon sa mga assisting regions na kailangan na nilang mag-establish ng mga alternate onset EOCs sa 4 na sektor ng Metro Manila, kaya kailangan nilang agarang maghanda.
At 2:10 p.m., the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLCS, through its mirror seismic stations and backup systems, released an official report confirming the occurrence of a magnitude 7.2 earthquake due to the movement of the West Valley Fault. The epicenter is said to be located in Mandaluyong City. The entire Metro Manila experienced intensity 8 earthquake, as well as the city of San Jose del Monte and Santa Maria in Bulacan, and Angono, Binangonan, Rodriguez, Morong, and San Mateo, Rizal. Intensity 7 was experienced in some areas of Bulacan, Pampanga, Cavite, Laguna, and the rest of Rizal, while intensity 6 was experienced in some areas in Pangasinan, Pampanga, Bulacan, Batangas, Cavite, Laguna, and Quezon. Given the situation, the Harmonized National Contingency Plan has been activated. The alternate National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council Emergency Operations Center at Fort Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija has been activated. Assisting regions have been notified and been deployed to respond in Metro Manila. The EOC in Fort Magsaysay was unable to establish communication with any of the officials from the Office of Civil Defense Central Office, and the 4 Vice Chairperson, but was able to contact the response cluster's representatives in Metro Manila. The Regional Director of Office of Civil Defense Regional Office 1 assumed command and control of the situation and was informed that the administrator and the 4 vice chairperson are attending meetings and activities in various places in Metro Manila. There is still no communication with the President, Vice President, or any of the cabinet members. Based on the rapid aerial assessment conducted by the Philippine Air Force, it has been reported that the majority of the bridges and flyovers in Metro Manila have sustained major damage. There are also